and welcome to Movies, Films, and Flicks. I am Mark Hoffmeyer, and joining me is someone who answered my MFF emergency back signal call, Zanandi Boetis.
I came running. I came running, Mark. I'm sweating. Like, I need a Gatorade or something. It was a far run from South Africa all the way.
How'd you get over? You ran over the water. That's how fast you were going.
Yeah, I'll never tell you my secrets.
I probably wouldn't believe it. Like I couldn't comprehend your I couldn't. You know what I mean? Like you could tell
Exactly. You
somebody
would
I ran
not.
over thousands of miles of ocean, and they'll never.
Absolutely.
I'll be like,
Nah.
I mean, you did it, but I don't want to. I don't get it. Like that's pretty much it. You know.
A shark in the middle of the Seine is more believable than any explanation I would come up with.
So I called up Zanandi. I put up the MFF bat signal because specifically for Zanandi because we love shark movies, we love French horror films, and we love M Night Shyamalan. And are you
That's
how are you on Josh Hartnett? I'm a Josh Hartnetter.
Oh, huge fan,
Yeah.
huge fan. That's no big. I mean, we grew up with the guy. Like he was totally one of my crushes. Absolutely. And I mean, he's a good actor, like
Yeah.
underrated.
I never
Here
wanted
for
his
the
haircut
Josh.
from Halloween H2O. I was never gonna cut my hair like his, but I did. I've been a big fan of his. Also, I was at a concert last night. You like to go to musical shows, so like I had to call it.
Yep.
This is an emergency, quick trailer talk episode to talk about Trap 2024 movies, Trap and Under Paris, which both look incredible.
Incredible. I can't believe
Incredible.
that I can't watch it like immediately. Like I want to watch it now. I want to watch it now. But it's fine. We've got great trailers to gush over.
Oh
I
my
mean,
gosh.
let's maybe start with the Under Paris because
Mm.
yeah, like, oh my word. I just love how very dramatic it is. And it immediately, I feel like when it comes to shark movies, there's a template. You gotta hit certain boxes. There's gotta be some like stuff in there. That is what a shark movie makes. And we have it here. We've got the scientist, and clearly there's some scientific experiment gone wrong because I do love how like everything is fine in the trailer, and then the cop chick just throws out this line, "You never inquired about the orca or the beluga," and I'm like, wait, like what does that mean? What about the orca and the beluga? It's clearly some scientific experiment gone wrong. They were tracking the shark, and then somehow they lost signal. And then when the signal came back, oh wow, in the heart of Paris, we have a killer shark. Okay, cool. You've got the environmentalists. That's also like a classic, like shark movie trope. There's some environmental activists there. We've got shots with a lot of plastic bottles in the water. We've got I also just love the little at the end, a clear shout out to Deep Blue Sea. We've got homages. That's a clear shout out. Beautiful. I think this time the lady isn't going to die. Because it looks like she's, I don't
She
know.
survived the reshoots.
Yeah, she's shooting him with some spear gun or something, which would also be great. Yeah, I just love how, like I say, it ticks all the boxes. And then it's not super serious because you can't do a shark movie and be so super serial about it. Like it needs to be fun. It's just like, yeah, the French celebrating themselves, you know. I mean, I love that. I love that part of the trailer where it builds up, and it's like, we are France, we celebrate ourselves. Like
And then
it's
chaos.
beautiful.
And the shark just
And
starts
then
whomping
chaos
people.
reigns. Yeah, the French, they say that, and then you just see Frenchies getting chomped by sharks.
And like that thing, it gets like people in the corridor, it gets them stuck in this thing where they're all trying to fit through this little hole.
Ooh,
The final
right?
shot is beautiful. And also, too, like this was directed by
Some overhead shots. Sorry, overhead shots.
need
Couple of
those.
overhead shots.
Need those.
Beautiful. We love our overhead shots.
Also, Trap has an overhead shot of a pretzel that I love. That made me very happy in the Trap trailer. But yeah, like
Yes,
so
yes.
this was directed by the guy. I looked up his name. It's Xavier. It's either Xavier Gans or Xavier Jean. Like I looked up two production pronunciations of how to say his last name. But this is a dude who
Okay.
directed Frontier. Z.
Yeah, yeah,
He
yeah.
like holy
Yeah.
moly, you know, like
Holy moly. Talk
cannibals.
about a
Yeah.
French horror. Yep.
That's like
Yeah.
the French New Wave horror with martyrs and like high tension and And then we were just going like,
Absolutely.
what, inside? And you're like, are y'all all right? Like,
Yeah. You want to talk?
yeah, guys, like this is
Let's go
crazy.
for baguettes.
This is like extreme new wave French horror here, guys.
Mm-hmm.
So yeah, like
Frontiers was gnarly.
and then the dude also directed Cold Skin, which is another good aquatic film with fun aquatic monsters. He did last year's Mayhem, and the lead star from Mayhem is coming back. So Nassim Lice, he was in Mayhem, he's coming back. This is a guy that like lights people up, Zanandi. Like if you've seen
Mm-hmm.
Frontiers, how do you say Frontiers? Frontiers.
Frontiers.
Okay.
Frontiers.
So if you see, like, I get thrown off by the S there, like what? But it's yeah, just like that movie's whole a guy's face gets melted off, and it's
Yeah, that movie was a lot. Like I had to go for a walk afterwards.
and now
And
and
I mean,
now
I can take I Martyrs was like actually not too bad for me, but Frontiers kind of wrecked me a little.
well, because Martyrs had a
I
point,
need fresh air.
right? Like
Yeah,
Martyrs makes
exactly.
sense. This one,
Yeah, yeah,
Frontiers, was like death, and it's
yeah.
like Timmy Ollie. He directed
Carnage.
like Hitman. He also did The Divide, which is a good movie. He's directed episodes of Gangs of London, like Lupin. So I mean, this guy has been crushing it. And then you have Berenice Bejo, who's an Oscar nominee for The Artist, and it's like you have a good cast. It's like a prestige, silly shark movie, but it's like we need to stop the
Well
shark
made.
before the triathlon. So
I
it's
love that the stakes are so high.
yeah,
Like it's
it's silly when
amazing.
you have a movie that's like there's a triathlon tomorrow. We need to stop the shark. Like
Shark.
that's when you know the movie is silly. So it looks
Exactly. Not
gorgeous.
taking itself seriously. Yeah.
Oh, man,
Yeah.
the people who did the effects, MPC Paris, they've done like Snow White. They worked on Mufasa. They did the new show with J Lo. They've done The Boys, Spaceman, Percy Jackson, Ferrari, Napoleon, Aquaman, Silo, like Transformers: Rise of the Beast. They've done Monarch, Little Mermaid. So like this company, MPC Paris has done some of the biggest movies imaginable.
Love.
So the
And you can
special
see it
effects,
looks good. It
oh,
looks good. Like it's a well-made movie that is like out to give us some fun. To it's like a Netflix romp, if you will.
right, but right, like
A French romp.
yeah, a French shark romp. Like,
I mean, I trust the French with movies, like you know, in general. I just trust them with movies. They know what the hell they're doing. Like they were the frontiers of
no,
filmmaking anyway. You
yeah,
know, so like I just absolutely trust them. And you can see with this trailer, they were like, okay, it's time we do like a shark movie. Like let's show the people that, like, you know, because I mean, listen, we can never have too many shark movies. We don't have enough, really. But I mean, this is like, yeah, we're gonna make a shark movie, but we're gonna do it well. Like we're gonna like, you know, do a proper one, put it together, like good effects, good acting, fun, like just yeah, and throw in all the fun. Because I mean, the acting also looks great in general. Like people know what they're doing. They understand the assignment. You definitely get that vibe. So yeah, I'm so stoked, dude. I like I said, I want to watch this tonight. Like
we don't get
I
too
wish
many.
this was a live watch discussion.
We should do a commentary for it when it comes out. We should have done a commentary for
Yes.
Troll. You know, you and I just keep doing
Yes.
trailer talks for creature features on Netflix, but you know, like they
I
catch
love
our
it.
attention, and you know, like there's not many shark
Exactly.
movies that come out of France. You know, like it's a lot of their horror
Exactly.
film, like their recent horror films are incredible, but you've had Raw, you've had Revenge, you've had Titan, like you've had really gnarly body horror, revenge, coming of age, cannibalism. Like they tackle really gnarly topics and they're brutal, but they just look great and they're artistic and like they're gorgeous, but they still go there. Like the blood chase and revenge. Holy moly. All the
Yeah,
blood and
yeah,
raw, you know, just T10, like just
exactly.
poof. So it's yeah, I mean, if this is 1/6 as good as one of those, I will be happy. And you know, there's a French
So
New
happy.
Wave that inspired like America from 67 through the 70s. There's the French New Wave horror, which just went hardcore. And now I hope we
Hmm.
get a French shark movie new wave.
Yeah, or like creature features, because you're right. I mean, French horror is mostly like concerned with character.
Hmm.
Like it's like very French, very existential in a way, like like identity and whatever. So yeah, it would actually be so cool if we get like a French creature feature wave vibe happening.
Oh, that'd be so.
I'm all for it.
And
I'm all
also
for it.
too, they're releasing a new one called Infested. That is like a spider creature feature from France.
I've seen some reviews or well, comments come out from people who've seen it. Sounds interesting. Sounds interesting.
Oh, and also Deep Dark by the guy who directed Meander, which that's another really good French horror
Ah,
film.
yes, yes, yes. We enjoyed Meander, the
Oh,
French
I like
Cube.
that. Yeah.
Yeah, yeah. That was good. That was
uh,
fine. That was a neat little film.
so we got like the Deep Dark coming out. We have Infested. We have some
Cool.
cool new French. Oh, Cold Skin. That like that's a really good movie that came out in 2017. So yeah, like French. Let's make a
Yeah.
French creature feature new wave.
I am here for it. I mean, I just love French humor in general. I think like they've got such a cool sense of humor. So, and I mean, that's perfect for like a shark movie. That's what you want in like a creature feature. You want that kind of humor. So, yes, yes to this. Everyone watch Under Paris so that Netflix makes 5 of these movies.
It's back. There's another next year's triathlon. Oh man, this all right. I'm happy with it, right? Like we've done it. We've talked about Under
Yes,
Paris. Now let's
yes.
trap. Holy
Oh,
moly!
holy moly,
You know what's crazy?
dude.
They give away the big twist. The trailer does, but I feel like there's got to be more to
I
it than
mean, a
that.
lot of people are saying, oh, M. Night Shyamalan is like subverting himself by giving us the twist before before the movie even comes out. But I mean, that's clearly not what it is. That's
Mm-hmm.
clearly so it's been interesting reading some theories. Like Cinema Blend seems to think that it's a sequel to The Sixth Sense, thanks to the phrase in the trailer, get ready for a new experience in the world of M. Night Shyamalan. And because the cops somehow knew the butcher would be there, because why would they like, arrest him at a concert and not at his house? So how did they even know he's there? The only reason apparently is because a victim, a ghost, told Haley Joel Osment about it. So they're like trying to connect it with The Sixth Sense. Other people have said it's like a little right one in type of plot where the daughter is actually like a vampire-like creature and Hartnett is just being a good dad, like kind of making the whole thing a reverse trap. Like
What?
the
What?
theories have been that's my favorite one actually. Like the theories have been wild. I've been so enjoying like reading everyone's like takes on it. But I mean, we just like don't know. Like, I mean, yeah, it's fun. I mean, it's exciting. I'm gonna love it either way because Josh Hartnett's in it, and it looks wild because, like, I mean, it's like a whole. Shyamalan also said it's basically a concert and a movie. Like they shot the concert and then they shot the movie because that's exactly what he wanted to do. He wanted to kind of immerse like making an album with making a movie. So he and his daughter told him, "Well, Dad, in this house we can totally do that." Like because she's a singer, she plays Lady Raven, which is funny because they're from the Ravenwood, their estate in Philly is called Ravenwood. So Lady Raven from Ravenwood. She's playing Lady
Oh,
Raven. And yeah, I was like Googling it and I was like, oh, Ravenwood. Maybe that's why. Anyway, but yeah, I mean, and like he also said, like a lot of the songs informs what's happening in the movie. So when I read that, when he said that in the interview, I actually went back to the trailer, but you can actually just hear the first song's lyrics while the others, like I need better technology to hear the actual lyrics. But I mean, the first song is save me from myself. So like, so another clue. But yeah, he's like, he wanted to
oh,
have this immersive thing, like a particular, I couldn't remember which, but a particular Prince concert, like gave him, inspiration for this film. And so yeah, it was kind of like, yeah, do the music immersive thing and the craziness of concert goers and just the concert going experience, but then also have this movie story film happening at the same time. I mean, it looks great. It sounds really cool what he did and how, they came up with this and how they did it. And like his daughter obviously also like, wrote a lot of the songs and stuff. And yeah, I'm so excited, dude.
Ah, it's such a good idea. And I looked up the cinematographer and I found out his name's Siamdu Mugdipram. And I looked that up. I feel very good with that pronunciation. But he recently
Nice.
shot a movie I love called Memoria, which is like there's a lot of still camera shots, and it features Tilda Swinton in the role, but it just caught me. It's like a beautifully shot film. And he also shot 13 Lives, which is a gorgeous movie. He also shot Challengers, which is coming up. And then he did Suspiria, the remake, and then he also did Call Me by Your Name.
Oh,
So this
wow.
is
Wow.
a DP who can film some gorgeous stuff. And I
Yep.
was looking at the shots, and what I've really liked recently about M. Night Shyamalan's films are he shoots with like one camera, and I like that he gets the characters centered in the frame. There's not a lot of coverage on the characters, right? There's no over
Yes.
the shoulder.
Yes.
Like I like
Mm.
the up close shots. Like I like the characters framed. And then I went back and looked at his other movies that have come out recently. So Knock at the Cabin, I adore that movie. And I looked up the cinematographer from that, and I found out that like he seems like M. Night Shyamalan just seems to really want to work with cool cinematographers. So he hired Jaron Blaschke and Lowell Meyer, and these guys shot The Lighthouse, The Northman, The Witch. They shot some
Wow.
of his show Servant, but like they've done some beautiful indies with Robert Eggers and Lowell Meyer. He went and shot like he's done Thunder Road, which makes me really happy. But yeah, like he's a
Nice.
really interesting DP. And then before that, the cinematographer for Magic Beach, aka Old, that guy shot It Follows. And
Magic
like
Beach.
it's just cool. Like he's
Depressing
finding
beach.
yeah, Aaron Newirth came up with Magic Beach, and that's what I've called it ever
Magic
since.
Beach. I
It makes
love it. Magic Beach.
and
I call it depressing beach, but yeah.
Depressing Beach. But like he's finding these really interesting DPs that have like very interesting backgrounds to shoot his movie. So like, it's not like what I like about M Night. Like, I don't feel like he is being like I'm M Night. This is what happens. This is
Exactly.
he's like I'm hiring collaborators and I'm going to collaborate with you. He's gotten a lot better than his early days. Sam Jackson said he would like tell him how to say every line and but like he said he's gotten a lot better. But like it's cool and like I think that's proof and trap. It looks great. The idea is great. There's enough there, but there's going to be some twists. He's promoting his daughters. The Watchers is coming out. I'm gonna go watch that. Like his daughter directed that, and
Yeah,
so it's like
yeah.
the summer of Shyamalan. They're calling it. But yeah,
Yeah, I
it's
love it. So cool.
I love Zanandi. It's like okay, like, I think I really truly think that M Night Shyamalan is like probably my favorite director to study and talk about. I don't think there's
Oh,
another director
yes.
out there because
No,
like
no. We
like
talk about him all the time. And he's like,
yeah.
because yes, he really is our favorite one to like, because he's so sorry, you carry on.
Oh no, no,
I
like
interrupted you.
no. That's how excited we are. I interrupt you. Like
Yeah.
it's cool. This is how we roll. But like Sixth Sense, right? He made one of the biggest films of all time. Like
Mm,
unquestionably nominated for Best
yes.
Picture, Best Supporting Actor, gigantic. And he wrote that to get out of his contract with Miramax. He's like, I have to write the greatest film ever, and he did. And he got out of his contract and signed with Disney. Then he goes and makes Unbreakable, which is my favorite superhero film ever made. I think it's a gorgeous
Yeah.
film. Like it hits hard. But M. Night said
Mm.
he was at fault because he said it's 60% art house, 40% superhero. So he's like, I need another big hit. So then he goes and makes Signs, which was another blockbuster. Like, you know what I mean? Like he's like,
Blockbuster, yeah.
what's nuts though? He's like, okay, Unbreakable is good. I learned from it. I'm gonna go make a blockbuster. He makes a blockbuster. Then he goes and makes The Village, which is one of the
The
most
Village.
gorgeous looking movies you'll
I
ever
love
see.
The Village.
Gorgeous movie. And then Lady in the
Hmm.
Water, I still love it, but like got a little off the rails. The Happening, I love it,
Yeah.
but then After Earth he made, and then but then like so after Earth he was in kind of like The Last Airbender and After Earth he was in some troubles, but then he comes back and does a TV
Mm.
show called Wayward Pines that does well. And he's like,
Yep.
sorry if you know this already, Zanandi, and sorry if you're listening, but I just love it so much. But then he's like, I'm gonna go self fund The Visit and team up with Blumhouse. Makes 100 mil. He's like, okay, I'm gonna self fund Split. Makes 300 mil. Okay, I'm going to sell Fun Glass, makes 250 mil. And so he's just rolling in cash, right? And his last two movies,
Yeah,
Old and Knock at the Cabin, have been kind of depressing, magical, end of the world, mystical type things. And I think he was like, okay, I've done these. You know, people liked Old, people like Knock at the Cabin. They didn't do great money, but like they were popular. They made their money back. But I'm going to go do something a little bit more accessible now. And I'm going to do Trap. Now, we don't know if there's a lot of ghostly elements or supernatural elements, but this is going to make a lot of money. And
it
it's like,
is. It is.
he's like Knock at the Cabin and Old didn't make much money. People love Knock at the Cabin, great reviews, people love it. But I'm going to go make Trap and it's going to make bank. And everyone's going to be excited about Josh Hartnett. I have an amazing DP and it's going to make bank and it's going to promote my daughters. And then he'll just make more money and then he can go make two more weird movies. He can make Magic Beach 2 and Knock at the Cabin 2. Who cares? And then he'll make another great one. He just knows how to rebound. You know what I mean? I don't know.
Exactly. And I mean, I think, yeah, he really is going to make bank with this one because this one is going to feel like you're watching, am I watching a movie? Am I watching a concert? Like, he's really like kind of capitalizing on, like, you can go and watch a Taylor Swift concert in a cinema type of vibe. He also said in the interview, he's so like, there's definitely some dark humor in this one. It's not like a serious, like, Knock at the Cabin and that. He's like, it's more like the dark humor he uses in Servants, in The Visit. Like he went back to like that kind of thing. So like you can listen, like the way he talks about how he came up with this, how he shot it and everything. Like obviously he's not giving a lot away right yet, like at the moment, but just the way he talks about it, you can hear he's had, it was fun making this film, So I think this, yeah, hopefully it has the potential to kind of just make everyone like forget about their niggles that they have with him, whatever the hell it is. Because yeah, I mean, he's by far one of my favorite, like, big directors working today. And I just think in the past he's been treated quite unkindly by some people too.
Yeah.
So yeah, I'm just like, go Shyamalan, do it. Do it. The Summer of the Cheyennes.
Get it. And this movie looks awesome. And I love
Get
Josh
it.
Hartnett.
Let's go.
Let's go. Let's go in Deadpool.
Yeah, and Josh Hartnett. I mean, like in a dark Josh Hartnett. I love a dark Josh Hartnett. He's fun, like because he can look scary. I mean, there's some shots in the trailer where you're like, ooh, goosebumps. Like,
was it Hearts of
fun,
Darkness?
fun,
Hartnets of Darkness?
Hartnett. Hartnets of Darkness. And yeah, love the pretzel shots.
Oh,
I think I've
so
watched
good.
this trailer like it's definitely more than a dozen times now.
I'm gonna tie my
Definitely
shoe.
more than.
Dad.
There's also, at the end of the trailer, when they start to like superimpose images on top of each other to kind of like get the scroll to eventually show the movie name Trap. So everything goes like it's red filter and it's just images superimposed. And there's one that I actually like tried to get the frame to see it as you can see it sort of clearly of an old woman standing outside of the building looking in through like a big glass window. And I was like, hello, old lady. Who are you? What's this about?
Oh.
A very old lady.
Interesting.
So yeah, that was interesting to me. I was immediately like, who's this old woman? Because that's obviously significant. But yeah, I guess we'll have to wait and see, you guys. I'm so excited.
Not long too, which is awesome.
It's around the corner. It's around the corner.
Trap.
And Under Paris.
Oh my
all
gosh.
the cool movies.
Oh man. All right, let's do a Josh Hartnett draft real quick. I'll give you first pick.
Oh my word.
5 movies each.
I have to Google things. I have to Google. Let me get my keyboard here.
Okay. All right. I'll let you go
Let
first.
me get my Google on. Wait, now I have to type.
Just one finger. Ding, ding, ding.
Ding, ding, ding. Okay. Well, I mean, I don't know. Yeah, I'm gonna go with 30 Days of Nights before you take it.
I love that movie so much. I'll take The Virgin Suicides because that was like when I first started learning about him. I was like, Trip Fontaine's great.
Cool.
No, actually, I'd seen him before in Halloween, but I was like, he's cool in this movie, so I'll take Virgin Suicides.
Yeah, I think The Faculty was the first time I saw him. I'm gonna take. Well, yeah, then I'll take The Faculty.
I love it. Perfect. I'm gonna do Halloween H2O 20 years later.
Cool. Yeah. Yeah. I know that's one of your favorites.
I love it.
But I mean, I also enjoy it. Halloween H2O is one of those. Every time I watch it, I just like it more and more and more. It's a fun little entry. It's some quirky stuff in it. I dig it.
Hmm.
Better than some of the other more serious stuff, I guess.
Rob Zombie's
Lucky
one.
number 11.
Oh
Lucky
yeah, that's
number
a fun one.
11. Oh,
What a cult
Kansas
classic.
City Shuffle.
You
I
know, that
love
movie
that
didn't do
movie.
too great in theaters, but then everyone's like, no, I love that movie. Get over
Yeah,
yourself.
exactly. Like it's got like a huge cult following actually, because I mean it's a great movie. I
Oh,
think it just got slept on. Or maybe it had like horrible competition. Like I saw Ryan Gosling did an interview the other day and like they were talking about he was saying, yeah, no, someone asked him about The Nice Guys and are we ever going to get a sequel to that amazing movie? And he's like, well, no, because you need to like do
make
like
money.
kill it at the box office and Angry Birds kill it. So Angry Birds got the sequel and not them because isn't that wild? Like imagine, yeah, you don't top the box office with a movie like The Nice Guys because of Angry Birds. Kids win, kids win. Oh, it's funny. I think it's funny. Sorry, anyway.
Yeah, it's not going to get a sequel, but it should because that movie's.
It should.
Why can't we just have one perfect thing though? Just let it be. He's perfect in that
Not
movie. Let
true.
it be.
I think the big, you know what? I don't actually think. I think if you ask fans, like seriously, do you want a sequel, or do you actually just want to see Russell Crowe and Ryan Gosling pair up again? You know, because I think that's more what like this. Those two just have a cool chemistry. Yeah,
They
I mean,
did.
I would be fine with just that. Like, just put them together in a buddy movie. I'm good with that.
I'm invincible. Oh man. I'm gonna take Black Hawk Down because I love that movie so much, and he
Okay,
headlined
cool.
that, and that made me very happy to see him in a huge movie.
Nice. I'm gonna take Wicker Park. I
Oh
love Wicker
yeah,
Park. I love Wicker Park. What a cool movie.
that
Crazy.
introduced me to a couple actors. It was Rose Byrne. No, was that Rose Byrne
Oh
and
yeah?
Diane Kruger?
That was the first time, yeah, I saw Dan Kruger. That was my introduction to Dan Kruger, yeah.
Oh man,
That's a good yeah, I dig that movie.
he's an O. That movie's crazy. Nice adaptation. He's fun in Operation Fortune.
I digged I too.
When he popped up in Oppenheimer, I almost picked up Megan and just ran around the theater.
Oh, but
Oh
that's the
man,
thing. He pops up and we're happy.
yeah.
Like we're just happy to see him.
Just,
I
oh, you know what?
mean, like Penny Dreadful is
Oh
like
yeah,
probably my favorite like horror series ever. Like I've got the physical media for it too because I just love it, and it's just a joy watching him star opposite Eva freaking Green. Like, oh gosh, that show is amazing, and he's awesome in it.
yeah. I
He's
forgot
awesome in
about that.
everything.
He's so good. I watched all of that show, and then you had homeboy Timothy Dalton, and Rory Kinnear.
Yes, yes. Kinnear had me in tears many a episode. Oh my word.
Kinnear had me in tears. I
That's
like it.
lovely.
Okay,
Kinnear had me in tears.
I'm gonna take Operation Fortune because it's just him being cheeky with with Hugh Grant, and it was just nice seeing him back. I think I
Yeah,
watched
and
Operation.
honestly, I enjoyed him more than some of the, I mean, like, yeah, I thought like, ooh, this entire cast amazing, but like, yeah, he was actually more fun for me than a lot of the other actors. Like he was
Mhm.
good.
Yeah,
But yeah, it wasn't the best movie, but it was fun enough.
there's a fight near a jet ski. Hugh Grant's being cheeky. Josh Hartnett, Aubrey Plaza's bringing it. Like I like the wine bit. Carrie Ells is in it. Statham's in it. It felt a little flat, but it's at the end of the day, I love it because it's just
Yeah,
it's a good
yeah.
TBS movie. All right, what's your final Hartnett?
I'm actually gonna go with O.
Oh, I like
Since
that.
I'm doing, yeah, Wicker Park, I'm gonna do O too. So doing, yeah, 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 yeah.
Oh man, so there's some good. You know what? I'll just take 40 Days and 40 Nights. It's a terrible plot, and I don't even think it's that good of a movie.
Oh my gosh, yeah,
But
that's the
like,
one we don't talk about. You're being very risque now, Mark.
but like, it made money though. Like it made good box
It
office.
did. Exactly. Teen comedy vibes back in the day.
95 million it pulled in. But here's the thing. I've been thinking about this lately. Rom-coms, right? I've been watching a lot of rom-coms for several things that like fell through, and I just keep watching more, trying to like hunt down an idea, a kernel of an idea by watching a lot of them. And they take place in not our world. Like they take place in rom-com world where things are just horrifying sometimes. You know, like but like everything that they do
Mhm.
is normal. Does that make sense? Like
Yeah.
some of the
It's over for
worst
them,
some of the
but
worst
yeah.
things imaginable are normal in these worlds. So when you watch them, they're all the same. Like I did stats on them. They're like 98%, like 89% of them feature a giant lie. So it's like they're all liars. Like in this movie, like he gets like he's unconscious, and like the lady comes in and hooks up with him before the 40 days is up. Like it's horrible. It's not good.
Mhm.
But in this world,
It's not good.
no, and like it teaches, but like if you, I guess I've just learned after watching so many of them, like they take place in like while you were sleeping, should not
Rom-com
exist,
world.
right? Right?
No.
Like listen, if I was Bill Pullman and I found out the truth about Sandra Bullock, I'd be like, whoa, whoa, whoa.
I would run. Like
Yeah, this is horrifying. So it's like they take place in a very specific world, and I mean I know they made a
Mhm.
movie about that, but it wasn't very good. But they I guess that's in the rom-com world it's normal, but you look back at
Yeah.
it now and you're like that's so 2002.
Yeah. Yeah, it's dated now. Yeah.
I mean
Yeah, it's
everything in
interesting.
those years were wildly dated. Like I feel like stuff in the 90s is less dated than stuff that came out between 99 and 04. It's a weird take, but I'm putting it out there.
It's funny, like we're talking about the dated. Yeah, like have you seen Miller's Girl, that movie with Jenna Ortega and oh,
No, I
what's his
haven't.
name? What no, I'm having a brain fart.
Oh, Pedro,
Okay.
right?
Yeah, like
Oh, Martin
it's
Freeman. I thought she did another
Martin
movie.
Freeman, thank you. Oh, I just completely blanked on him. So I watched that today and like, yeah, I mean, they trashed that movie. And I read like a lot of people were like, yeah, because it reads dated, because how can you think this is a good idea? But I don't know. I thought it was funny because it is supposed to like be a little cheeky. It kind of felt like a Tennessee Williams, like Wild Things, meets Wild Things. Like
Do people just
down
not
in the
have that sense of humor?
Savannahs and
Do people not have that
yeah.
sense of humor anymore?
Listen, it wasn't like that funny because it's also like going for an erotic thriller. And I think that's the thing. I think it got a bit too much. But it was a fine movie. I'm like, I don't know. I think it's interesting, people's takes. But yeah, I mean, go watch it and we'll talk about it. Not necessarily on a podcast, but
I want to watch it now. This is good. Oh,
I
well, hey,
thought the acting was great. But yeah, anyway.
thank you for answering my call and
I
sprinting
mean,
over the ocean.
I must, yeah.
You got to get back
Like,
now.
can I sleep over? Can I have dinner with you and Meg and
Yeah,
Mal before I head
get
back?
some
Because my
Gatorades.
feet are tired. Like
I hear the water's pretty rough out there. You know,
yeah. Ocean swells coming in. Yeah. Nah,
do you
okay.
just run through those or on top of them?
I mean, I wish I could tell you, Mark, but then they will murder me. They will hunt me down and murder me. So I'm sorry.
Yeah, I
I
just set a
just
trap
can't.
for you, and you didn't get stuck,
Like
so it's
one
good.
day on my deathbed, I will whisper it
Like Titanic.
to whoever the fuck is there.
This is how I did it.
This is
And
goodbye.
then, and then they still kill you. Like just before you're about to die,
Yeah,
you get
right.
shot.
Like, oh, so close, so close, man.
Goodbye.
Just like one shot through the window,
Yep.
assassinated.
You're
And
like,
like she always wanted to be assassinated. Put that on my tombstone.
yeah, she
She
always
always
wanted
wanted
to.
to be assassinated.
That was your high school yearbook quote. Oh man.
Yeah, most likely to.
Like giving up massive government secrets. I like
Yeah,
it.
I mean, you guys don't know what I do with my free time. Okay, no. Um, we don't know who's listening. Shh.
Oh yeah. Wait, did you hear that shot through the window? No, okay. Hey, so go find Zanandi on socials. She posts great stuff at
Mm-hmm.
Zanandi. I'll tag you in the post. And this is lovely. And we'll probably talk about both these movies anyhow. So you'll hear more of
Yes,
about us
probably.
talking about them. Trap
Mhm.
and Under Paris. Can't wait. Thank you for joining me, Zanandi.
Thanks, man.
All right. So for me, Mark Hoffmeyer, for Zanandi Boetis, this is Movies from the Flicks. We'll see you next week.